right, Black and White Sports Reporters, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark because she's got a new job. Caitlin Clark has landed herself a new, very high-profile position, and I've been wondering when this was going to happen. I knew at some point, somewhere, with some miscellaneous media outlet, Caitlin Clark would get...
She appeared on the national stage under intense scrutiny, with cameras rolling, and delivered an unexpected announcement live on television. Her NBC NBA debut was far more than a routine guest appearance. It marked a significant shift within the sports media landscape. The response was immediate and widespread, sparking extensive discussion across digital platforms and among fans and analysts alike. Rather than a fleeting moment, the appearance became a defining event, one that will be examined for years, and that firmly established her as a singular figure with lasting cultural and athletic influence.
When this was going to happen, I knew at some point, somewhere, with some miscellaneous media outlet, Caitlin Clark would get a gig, and now we know where that gig's going to be, when that gig's going to be, and who that gig's going to be for. Before we get to that, make sure you are subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. And look, tip of the cap to a lot of you guys. We got a lot of new subscribers on that video I dropped yesterday afternoon that seemed to make a lot of people mad.
The announcement confirmed that Caitlin Clark has taken on a significant new role, making an unexpected transition from the court to the broadcast booth. Her highly visible position with NBC Sports represents a strategic move by the network as it looks to strengthen its basketball coverage. This is not a minor assignment, but a major acquisition aimed at attracting immediate attention and reshaping how audiences engage with the sport. The speed and scale of the transition have surprised many, igniting widespread discussion across the sports world about what this development could mean moving forward.
We're crossing the line. We want to sign the deal. But that long wait doesn't mean Caitlin Clark has been away from the game. In fact, she notably suited up for USA Basketball Training Camp in December, has expressed her dedication for participating in all-team USA events with FIBA World Cup looming in September and qualifiers taking place in March. So she has and will get the needed reps before finally taking the floor again with the Fever. In the meantime, she will be keeping busy in another role, one still involving basketball. It was announced on Tuesday.
Clark's unprecedented move positions her as a special contributor for NBC's newly launched Basketball Night in America program. This is not a one-time special, but a direct basketball counterpart to the network's highly successful Football Night in America, underscoring the scale of NBC's ambitions. Launching a flagship basketball property anchored by an active player reflects an aggressive strategy to establish a dominant presence in NBA coverage. The boldness of unveiling the program with Clark at the forefront has left many industry insiders both surprised and impressed.
In the meantime, she will be keeping busy in another role, one still involving basketball. It was announced on Tuesday that Caitlin Clark will join NBC Sports to serve as a special contributor for its new Basketball Night in America program. Caitlin Clark will make her debut as a TV analyst on February 1st, preceding the Lakers versus Knicks game at Madison Square Garden, per a release from NBC. Wow. So this would be...
Her live television debut as an analyst is scheduled for February 1st, leading into the highly anticipated Lakers Knicks matchup at Madison Square Garden. This is not a low-profile introduction, but a primetime entry on one of the most prominent stages in professional basketball. Selecting a marquee game for her inaugural appearance underscores both the immediate pressure and the exceptionally high expectations for her to deliver meaningful, conversation-driving analysis from the outset.
Knicks game at Madison Square Garden, per a release from NBC. Wow. So this would be akin to, they have Sunday Night Football, and it starts with a pregame show called Football Night in America. I didn't know they were creating Basketball Night in America But here we are. Here we are. It will be Caitlin Clark's first time in an analyst-type role on TV. That's per Chloe Peterson. She will return to the broadcast table on March 9 for a game between Oklahoma City Thunder and the...
Her February 1st debut represents only the opening chapter of this new phase. Clark is scheduled to return to the broadcast desk on March 9th for another high-profile matchup, this time featuring the Oklahoma City Thunder against the New York Knicks. The continued scheduling of her appearances makes clear that this is not a short-term experiment, but a sustained role intended to maintain viewer engagement and conversation. The recurring presence positions Basketball Night in America for ongoing momentum while signaling the rapid expansion of Clark's media career.
That's per Chloe Peterson. She will return to the broadcast table on March 9 for a game between Oklahoma City Thunder and the Knicks. Caitlin Clark joins Michael Jordan as a splashy acquisition for NBC and NBA coverage. Despite his limited role, simply having Jordan as part of the coverage created buzz. NBC is surely hoping Caitlin Clark's involvement will do the same. Of course, Caitlin Clark is expected to offer unique insights in assuming the analyst role for the first time.
NBC is clearly positioning Clark as a catalyst for the kind of heightened attention once associated with iconic figures such as Michael Jordan, who made limited but high-impact appearances during the network's earlier NBA coverage. The comparison alone underscores the network's confidence in her ability to attract large audiences and generate sustained conversation. It signals a belief that her influence extends beyond the court, with the potential to energize a new platform and resonate with a broader generation of sports fans, an extraordinary level of expectation by any standard.
To provide commentary for. And ultimately, the real anticipation is around how she will look when she comes back to the floor at 100% healthy. Let's go over here. This is the official from NBC Sports, the press release, and it basically does say the same thing. However, Caitlin Clark is going to join the studio team of Maria Taylor. She also hosts Football Night in America with Chris Sims and Mike Florio, Rodney Harrison, Tony Dunn.
Joining an already accomplished studio lineup, Clark will appear alongside established figures such as Maria Taylor, Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady. Her immediate placement within such a high-profile panel reflects the network's confidence in her analytical ability and on-air presence. Rather than being eased into the role, she enters the broadcast at the highest level, working alongside Hall of Fame caliber voices, a demanding environment that ensures her analysis will be closely examined and widely discussed from the outset.